Good evening all. Today we are going to discuss quadrant system in trigonometric functions. So as discussed in class, trigonometric functions have a main component which is quadrant system. So quadrant system has four parts. One is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Now we have to discuss the properties of all of these quadrants. First of all, in first quadrant, the angle is between 0 to 90 degree, which when I convert in radians will be from 0 to pi by 2. In second quadrant, the angle will be between 90 to 180, which I when convert in radians will be pi by 2 to pi. In third quadrant, the angle will be between 180 to 270 degree, which when I convert in radians will be pi to 3 pi by 2. In fourth and last quadrant, the angle will be between 270 degree to 360 degree, which when I convert in radians will give me 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. So angle will lie between 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. So this was all about the quadrant system angles. Now we will discuss which trigonometric ratios are positive and negative in which of the quadrants. So first of all, in first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. So whenever I will take sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, secant theta, cosecant theta and cot theta, whenever theta is in first quadrant, so all of their values will be positive. All of their values will be positive. Now in second quadrant, I have written sine and cosecant are positive. All other are negative. That means whenever I will take the value of sine theta and cosecant theta, whenever theta lies in second quadrant, that means theta lies between 90 to 180, they will come as positive, others will come as negative. That means tan theta, cot theta, cos theta and secant theta will be negative whenever theta is in second quadrant. Now third quadrant, tan and cot are positive, all others negative. Similarly, whenever theta lies in third quadrant, that is theta is between 180 degree to 270 degree, then tan of theta and cot of theta are positive, all other are negative. That means sine theta, cos theta, cosecant theta and secant theta all are negative. Similarly, in fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive, all other are negative. That means cos theta and secant theta will be giving me positive value whenever theta is in fourth quadrant, and all other will give me negative value. So this was all about the quadrant system. Right now, moving forward, we have some important formulas which we will derive later. They said sin x equals to 0 implies x is equals to n pi, where n belongs to integer. That means x is nothing, x is actually a multiple of pi. Because n multiple of pi, right? X is n multiple of pi, and n is what? N is an integer, so x will be multiple of pi. Next is cos x is equals to 0 implies x will be equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means it will be the odd multiple of pi by 2. X will be odd multiple of pi by 2. Next, these are the identities which you learnt in 10th as well, that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, secant square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1, or 1 plus tan square theta equals to secant square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta equals to cosecant square theta. Now we will talk about the sign of trigonometric functions. So now, sign of trigonometric functions. Now we are talking about sign. So first of all, if I will take sine of minus x, what it will be? It will be minus of sine x. Cos of minus x will be cos x. Tan of minus x will be minus tan x. How it will be? Tan of minus x means sine of minus x by cos of minus x. That means minus sine x by cos x, which is actually minus tan x. Similarly, cot of minus x will be minus cot x. Secant of minus x is secant x. How it is possible? Secant of minus x, that means 1 by cos of minus x. Cos of minus x is actually cos x. That means 1 by cos x, which is secant x only. So secant of minus x is equals to secant x. And similarly cosecant inverse, sorry not inverse, cosecant of minus x will be equals to minus of cosecant of x. Clear? Now how sine of minus x is minus sine of x? You can see here, if I draw a triangle in a unit circle, right? Unit circle means a circle of radius 1, which is making an angle of x with the positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise sense. So now I will take the point P which intersects the circle and the line joining origin to the P, which is AB. Now the height is B, right? If it is B, you all know sine is what? Sine of x will be equals to perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is your B and your base is what? Under root of B square plus 1, right? Not under root of B square plus 1, it will be actually A, right? So A and B. Similarly, going downwards, I will take sine of minus x. It will be actually what? Minus sine of x, because here the perpendicular will become minus b, minus of b. P by h, h is your 1. So sine of x will be b by 1. And in the lower triangle, your b will become negative of b. Now p and q, what are p and q? P is actually a number ab and q is a comma minus b, which is actually the mirror image of p in x-axis, right? So now the in the lower triangle, the perpendicular becomes minus b, right? So sine of minus x will be minus b by 1. Minus b by 1 means minus b, and our sine x was b, so it will be sine of minus x will be equals to minus sine of x. Similarly for cos x as well, and for tan, cot, secant and cosecant we can get from sine and cos. So you can directly use them, you can directly remember them, that in case of sine the negative in the angle will come out, but in cos the negative in angle will vanish, it will not come outside. For tan it will come outside, for cot it will come outside, for secant it will not come outside, it will vanish, and for cosecant also it will come outside. Now next topic is domain and range of trigonometric functions. Now as you all have discussed for functions, right? So if these are trigonometric functions, then they will have some domain and codomain. So if they have codomain and domain, what will be it? So now we are going to discuss about the domain and codomain. So first function is our sine. Its domain is the set of real numbers and its codomain is the set of closed interval -1 to 1. Why -1 to 1? Because all of you know that sine value lies between -1 to 1, right? That is why its range is -1 to 1. Cos x domain is set of real numbers R and codomain is the interval closed interval -1 to 1. Tan x domain is all those x such that x belongs to R and x is not equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. I think this is actually this one only, right? X is equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That is odd multiple of pi by 2. And when x is odd multiple of pi by 2, cos x will become 0. So that is why these points are excluded from the domain. Why? Because tan x is actually what? Tan x is sin x by cos x. But in denominator, cos x will not be 0. If denominator becomes 0, it will become not defined. So we don't want 0, right? So we excluded the points where cos x is becoming 0. So tan x domain will be all those x such that x belongs to R and x is not equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, and its range will be set of real numbers R. Now cot x. Cot x domain is, first of all, cot x is what? Cos x by sin x. If it is cos x by sin x, denominator can't be 0. So if it can't be 0, take it 0 and exclude that points in the domain. So you will get your domain. So it will be x belongs to real number, all the real numbers except x equals to n pi, because sin is 0, sin x is 0 implies x is equals to n pi. Then domain is this one of chord, and range or codomain will be the set of real numbers. Now coming on to cosecant will be 1 by sine. So same here condition arises that sine can't be equals to 0, same as cot, so their domain will be same. Now codomain, it is actually 1 by sine, and sine lies between -1 to 1. So 1 by minus 1 by sine will be always either it will be greater than 1 or it will be less than -1. So our codomain will become r minus open interval -1 to 1, or all those x such that x belongs to r, x is greater than equals to 1 or x is less than equals to -1. The domain and codomain of secant x. Secant x is actually what? All those x domain. Secant x is actually 1 by cos x. Cos x can't be 0. So if cos x is 0, exclude that points of x. So if cos x is 0, x will be odd multiple of pi by 2. So we are not taking that points in the domain, all others will be there. So all those x such that x belongs to r, x is not equals to odd multiple of pi by 2, and its range will be r minus open interval -1 to 1, which is same as cosecant 1, right? Now simplifying the trigonometric ratios on the basis of quadrant system. Now if I add 2n pi to any of the angle, it will remain the same, whether it is sine, cos, tan, cosecant or secant or cot, any of the trigonometric ratios. If I add multiple of 2 pi, that means multiple of 360 degree, then it will remain the same. That means sine of 2n pi plus x will be equals to sine x, cos of 2n pi plus x will be equals to cos x, tan of 2 pi plus x will be equals to tan x, cot of 2 pi plus x, 2n pi plus x will be equals to tan x cot x, and cosecant of 2n pi minus x plus x will be equals to cosecant x, secant of 2n pi plus x will be equals to secant x. Similarly for sine of 2n pi minus x, it will be minus sine of x. This is based on quadrant system. I am taking the 360 multiple minus some angle. So if I am taking minus some angle, that means I am entering the fourth quadrant, right? And if I am entering the fourth quadrant, sign will be negative in that. Clear? Cos and secant will be positive, all others will be negative. So similarly you can see these formulas as well. Now just remember these formulas for the sake of time, right? Whenever I will add 2n pi multiple, that means 2 pi multiple, that means 360 degree multiple to any of the angle, it will remain same. Now some questions based on these concepts. If cos x is equals to -3 by 5 and x lies in third quadrant, find the values of all other 5 trigonometric ratios. Cos x is negative. Cos is negative in two quadrants. First is third quadrant and then second quadrant. Second and third quadrant, both cos is negative, but they have given x lies in third quadrant, so cos will be negative, that will be obvious. Now, and in third quadrant, which are positive, tan and cot are positive, all other are negative. So whether I will find the value of sin x or cos x or secant x or cosecant x, they all will be negative, and tan and cot will be positive. Now see how we are going to find the value of all other 5 trigonometric ratios. They said as the x lies in third quadrant, so tan x and cot x will be positive, all other will be negative. And we know one property that says sin square x plus cos square x will be equals to 1. Sin square x plus cos square x is 1. Cos value is -3 by 5. So sin square x plus -3 by 5 square will be equals to 1. So sin square x will be sin square x plus 9 by 25 equals to 1. Sin square x will be equals to 1 minus 9 by 25. So sin square will be equals to 16 by 25. So if I take the under root on the both sides, I will get sin x will be equals to plus minus 4 by 5. Now I got the two values of sin x. One is plus 4 by 5, other is negative 4 by 5. But they have given you that x lies in third quadrant. If x lies in third quadrant, we know that the value of sin x will be negative. So if it will be negative, sin x will be equals to minus of 4 by 5. I am ignoring the positive value, right? So sin x will be equals to minus 4 by 5. Cos x is equals to minus 3 by 5. Now take the value of tan x. Tan x will be equals to sin x by cos x. So sin x by cos x. Substitute the value of sin x and cos x. It will be minus of 4 by 5 by 3 by 5. So cancelling the required terms, so we will get 4 by 3. Now cot x. Cot x will be equals to cos x by sin x. Now substituting the value of cos x and sin x in this cot x value, right? So we will get the value of cot x as 3 by 4. As you all can see, tan and cot are positive as x lies in third quadrant, so they both will be positive. Now coming on to cosecant x. Cosecant is x is actually what? 1 by sin x. So if it is 1 by sin x, it will be 1 by value of sin x. Substituting the value of sin x, it will be 1 by minus 4 by 5. It will be actually minus 5 by 4. We got the cosecant as negative, right? So secant will be same 1 by cos x. Substituting the value of cos x, we got 1 by minus 3 by 5. So it will be minus 5 by 3. Next question. Find the value of sin 31 pi by 3. So now we have to break this angle in the multiple of 2 pi. So if we have to break this angle in multiple of 2 pi, so break it. So we got sine of 31 pi by 3 will be equals to sine of 30 pi plus pi by 3. So it will be equals to 30 pi by 3, that means 10 pi plus pi by 3. Now 10 pi, as we can see, it is a multiple of 2 pi. So it will be what? Sine of 2n pi plus theta will be equals to sine theta. So sine of 10 pi plus pi by 3 will be equals to sine of pi by 3. So if it will be sine of pi by 3, sine pi by 3 is what? Root 3 by 2. So this is your final answer, the final value for sine of 31 pi by 3. Now similarly, one more question based on this. Last question. Find the value of cos of minus 1710. That means negative of 1710. As we have seen earlier as well, that if I add 2 pi multiple to any of the angle, it will remain same. No change will be there. So I am adding 5 multiple of 360 degree, fifth multiple of 360 degree. That will be 1800 degree. So if I am adding 1800 degree to it, it will remain same. So cos of minus 1710 will be equals to cos of 1800 minus 1710. That is cos of 90 degree. So cos of minus 1710 degree will be equals to cos of 90 degree. Cos of 90 degree you all know is what? It is actually 0. So you got your value of cos of minus 1 by 1710 equals to 0. So this was your final answer. This was the content in video. Just look for this content very carefully. We will discuss more problems based on this concept in the class. Thank you, and we'll meet you in the class.